land, glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
A terrific performance of O Canada by the one and only Skylar Cole to set the stage for this one. And thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you're enjoying your Friday afternoon. We'll watch the Toronto Raptors in this one as they go up against the Detroit Pistons. With Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. DA, it's all yours.
Well, thanks very much, guys. Of course, the NBA has had some legendary trash talkers. But Damian Lillard says it's not really a verbal assault like it used to be. In this era, it's more gestures. From the watch your head to the too small or rock the baby to Trae Young's theatrical bows, players have their ways of sending a message. Kevin?
And the message usually received, DA, thank you. And now, Greg, that we're into the meat of the season, are you seeing any emerging trends out there?
For a few years, the trend had been guys shooting from farther and farther out. But, Kevin, I think we're seeing a return of the big man, a more concerted effort to attack the interior.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. We've got Bojan Bogdanovic. He's out there with Ivy. Then it's Duren. And it's Stewart in at the 4 spot. And for the Raptors, sharing the wing spots for them, it'll be Trent Jr. and Anunoby. Inside for him, it's Barnes and Siakam. And it's Van Vliet in at the point. Now, here's Ivy. There's the drive. And, yes, it's good.
And this is what you want Ivy doing, attacking lanes to the rim with confidence. And with Ivy, he gives you the physical traits you want at guard. Long, strong, athletic, lots of upside.
And Ivy especially effective in the open floor.
Outstanding burst and speed, plays with a high motor, and he's always in attack mode.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And at 78%, he's been a consistent shooter at the line for them all season long.
First free throw is good. And Greg, beyond the lottery picks, this Pistons team has a lot of young players looking to make a name for themselves.
Second-round picks are guys let go by their first team. There's an underdog quality to the roster. Guys hungry to prove they belong.
Siakam hits them both.
Guys, I've got to say, one of the things I love the most about the Toronto Raptors, how special their fan base is. Really, when you think about it, Canada much more associated with the great sport of hockey, but they love professional basketball.
Now here's Hayes. 9-point game his last outing. Clock at 6. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. And even 3-on-3 break. Barnes passes to Van Vliet.
2 minutes left in the first.
Barnes looking around. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Siakam. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Now here's Hayes. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Duren the pass to Ivy. It's Hayes, top of the key. Stewart in the corner. And here's Ivy. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Oh, you're right. This fan base here in Toronto is terrific and certainly gets excited to cheer on their Raptors. They love them.
They do, and their theme is, quote, "We the North." You can truly tell how much these fans love the Raptors. Remember the scene in Jurassic Park outside the stadium, that special area when the finals were going on in 2019. It was pure pandemonium.
Now, here's Siakam. 11-point game his last outing. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Well, you love the size and the length of Siakam, so he's comfortable in the painted area, does nice work there.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
He's in the post, covered by Van Vliet. And there's a whistle that goes on Scotty Barnes. That's his first foul. So Detroit ends up going with the new group. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Burks finds Noel. Here's Livers. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 3 from Joseph. It's rebounded by Anunoby. Toronto leading by 4. The pass to Van Vliet. 15 seconds left to play in the first. Driving the lane and stolen by Bay. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Raptors lead by 4. And we'll be back with you right after this.
The Pistons 2.
Again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
And you see players trying to get the officials to blow the whistle. Were players in your day, Greg, falling down as much as they seem to be doing now?
Oh, it's way more common now. And let's face it, it's a copycat league. All the whistles slow the game down. I just love to see them let a little bit more go.
Achua is out there with Anunoby. And it's Flynn in at the point guard. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. And slam dunk by Noel.
Don't you love how Noel just sticks with it, never gives up on the possession, working really hard for his guys.
Flynn the pass to Achua. And here is Anunoby. Here's the screen. Here's Flynn. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Pistons. On Friday, they'll go up against the Spurs in San Antonio. And then on Sunday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best. But if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
Pass to Joseph. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Livers. And stolen by Achua. Here's Flynn. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Passes it to Anunoby. The 3. Detroit with the rebound. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
And I think it was clear that their plan was to attack from the three-point line, and it worked to perfection.
And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession.
Pistons ball.
Let's see the stat sheet here for Gary Trent. Four on the shot clock. Outside, Joseph. There's the triple. Nope, not that time. Nothing for two from the field. Raptors with the lead. Manton, the pass to Achua. There's the pass to Banton. They set the pick to the inside. Achua, no good.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Noel dishes to Burks. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And when you look at Burks, when he's feeling good, this guy makes an impact.
Well, think about it, GA. Last season was only the second time he's played over 64 games, but he got into a groove. He's proven now that when he's healthy, off the couch, off the bounce, this guy is a very difficult cover.
Free throw good, Burks. Greg, when you look at Toronto, they have a lot of length and defensive switchability.
They swarm opposing stars and tend to make it very difficult in those passing lanes. So a great profile for a modern NBA defense.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. So he makes one of two as the second one misses.
Alec Burks continuing to develop into a dependable scorer. He's got great size for a two-guard.
Van Vliet outside. Screen by Young. And that's good. Fred Van Vliet for three. Van Vliet's got the lead up to 4 now for Toronto. Here's Burks. Siakam pulls it in. Pass to Van Vliet. Shoots over Duran. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The Raptors out in front, leading by 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Here with Nick Nurse. Coach, the efficiency wasn't there in the first half. What adjustments do you need to make?
I thought we got pretty good shots, and if we're not going to score, it makes getting our defense set up difficult. So we got to keep shooting them. Hopefully, start making some of them.
You can't score until you shoot, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Howdy, folks. The moment you've been waiting for is here. Before we recap the first half, let's see what the standings look like in the East.
Checking out Toronto, they haven't looked intimidating thus far. The hunger to improve just isn't there. That worries you. I'm starting to feel that this team needs a culture change.
And guys, how about the Raptors? Involved in a very competitive matchup right now.
Man, their fans are loving this one. As a player, man, you can feed off that positive crowd. It can help you build momentum, It just gets your blood flowing, and it's right tonight.
We'll see if they can carry that energy into the second half, both the fans and the team. That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops action.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Pascal Siakam, guys, really making a difference here.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Well, perhaps the most impressive thing has been his incredible consistency. This guy is a great player who always brings a ton of energy. What a great half.
And Detroit, looking at who they've got. We've got Hayes, Isaiah Stewart out there with Durham. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic, and it's Ivy in at the 2 spot.
Yeah, Pascal Siakam now with a tighter handle, now can manipulate the defense as that guy dictating action in pick and roll play.
Now here's Hayes. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Stewart passes to Bogdanovic, kicks to Ivy. The Pistons working the ball around now. Here's the 3. Offensive rebound. Pass to Hayes. 3-pointer. No good. Raptors leading by 6. Trent passes to Siakam. Shoots over Duran. Siakam's shot is off. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much. We can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, DA. Thank you so much. Hayes, no good. And it's Barnes with the ball for the Raptors. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Pistons trail by 4. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Raptors have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Van Vliet finds Siakam. Barnes sets a screen for Siakam. Stewart with the steal. Now here's Hayes. He's guarded by Anunoby. Hayes the pass to Ivy. There's the pick. From downtown. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Siakam outside. A 3 ball. He doesn't hit that one. 3/4 of play in a close game here. Raptors lead by 2. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the 4th quarter. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
All we got to do is move the basketball. The ball will find the right person. All right? Get it from side to side. Don't force it.
I think you can tell he wants his guys to work harder specifically in how they pass the ball.
I mean, it's just basic basketball. When you swing the ball around the floor, it's going to open up.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Van Vliet in the backcourt. Trent Jr. to his side. Scotty Barnes is out there with Chris Boucher. And it's Young in at the 5 down low. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. The Pistons trailing. Diallo with it. Passes it to Knox. To tie it up. And the layup is up and in.
What you love about Kevin Knox is that size and frame, because it allows him to get easy opportunities on the inside.
Now here's Van Vliet. Young sets a screen for Van Vliet. Offline with his 3. Pistons shooting the ball for just 28%. Here's Ivy. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Van Vliet picks one up.
And you can see that quick twitch athleticism. Ivy is likely to spend a lot of time at the line in this league.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that gives them the lead.
And you have to appreciate the all-out effort Jaden Ivey gives you on the court. He works so hard to find ways to get involved and prove he belongs here.
And the Pistons making a change here. Burks is checked in. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
And that's big there. Once he got the opportunity to get to the line and take the lead, you have got to convert.
Van Vliet against Burks. Van Vliet outside. Over Burks. Van Vliet can't get that one to fall. Van Vliet's gone 1 for 5 from the field, 20%. Here's Ivey, and he uses the glass on the layup. Ivey's got the lead up to 4 now for Detroit.
Big-time buckets is what everyone wants to see from Ivey. He has to attack without hesitation in those situations.
Now here's Van Vliet. Shoots over Burks. And again, Toronto no luck.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Boucher with the rebound.
Well, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
Trent passes to Van Vliet. The trade. Van Vliet can't get that one to fall.
If you want to cut into a lead, you have got to trust your teammates and move the ball.
And Duran slams it in.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Toronto calls timeout. They trail by 6. There's 47 seconds left to play in the final quarter. The Raptors making a switch here. Anunoby's checked in. Then for the Pistons, Stewart's checked in for Bay. Bogdanovich comes in for Kevin Knox. And Hayes subbed in for Burks. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse told his team. He said we've got to pick it up right here, right now. If we're going to win this game, we have to take control. This is the time. Kevin.
Thank you, David. And that's an intentional foul.
His second personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for Detroit. Durant taking 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
And I'm sure he would like to have had all of those, but he's still able to pad the lead.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
This is a guy very willing to put his body on the line. Scotty Barnes gets that defense to commit and accepts the contact.
And the Raptors call time here. They're down by 5. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
How about Scotty Barnes, guys? The 4th pick in his draft class, a guy who proved from the outset he was going to be reliable, efficient, versatile, and a two-way player. Pretty impressive stuff.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
His first personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for the Pistons. Durant. 2 shots.
Shoot 2. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And he is unable to get the second one. And here are the Raptors now. Anunoby passes to Siakam. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Duren pulls it in.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
At the line for the Pistons, Killian Hayes. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
It's the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Flynn kicks to Young, back to Flynn. Nails the triple.
Well, Thaddeus Young is a team-first guy, and if he sees an opportunity to get a teammate a shot, he will deliver it.
And so they foul intentionally.
That's his second personal foul. 15th foul. At the line for the Pistons, Killian Hayes. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he does get the second one. And that increases their lead to 6. 5 seconds left in the game. The 3 from Barnes. And so the Pistons take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.